When I first came across Aethir coin, I honestly thought it was just another average project running on the Ethereum chain and maybe just their long term. But over the past few weeks, Aethir has started to draw attention. And not just any kind of attention, the kind that makes you stop scrolling and start watching. Now, before I talk about my 3-month outlook, let's rewind a bit and look at how Aethir coin has performed recently. In the past 7 days, Aethir has shown modest but consistent growth, proving it's not just a short-term hype coin. While other tokens pump and dump overnight, Aethir seems to be building a more organic rise, fueled by real investor interest rather than empty speculation. That's something you don't see too often in today's market. Looking at the 1-month performance, Aethir has been gradually carving its own path. We've seen a steady uptrend in both volume and social engagement, especially as more traders begin to notice it on Ethereum. What's fascinating is how the project's community has been expanding quietly but solidly, and that's often how early-stage winners are built. Now, let's stretch it out to 1 year. If you zoom out, you'll notice Aethir's chart tells a story of patience. It hasn't had that explosive breakout yet, but it's showing accumulation patterns, meaning investors are holding, not selling. That's usually a prelude to something bigger. But here's where things get interesting. The chain factor. Being built on Ethereum has its pros and cons. On the positive side, it adds credibility, strong infrastructure, and security. But on the downside, the Ethereum ecosystem can be slower and more expensive compared to something like the BNB chain, where transactions are cheaper and growth often comes faster. If Aethir had launched on BNB, it might have experienced a more explosive short-term run. But since it's on Ethereum, what we're likely seeing is a slow-cooking project, the kind that builds a strong foundation before it takes off. Sometimes, that's the smarter path for long-term sustainability. So what's my 3-month outlook? I believe Aethir coin could be entering its early growth phase. With its recent market visibility, consistent trading activity, and growing Ethereum community support, I see potential for a 2x to 3x move in the next quarter, if the momentum continues and the broader market remains stable. It's not about a quick flip. It's about recognizing that Aethir might be transitioning from a hidden gem to a recognized mid-cap project. The next 3 months will be key. Exchange listings, partnerships, or ecosystem updates could easily act as catalysts. And if Ethereum gas fees continue to drop, that could attract even more investors into the Aethir ecosystem. In short, I'm bullish but cautiously bullish. Aethir might not skyrocket overnight, but it's definitely positioning itself for steady growth. It's one of those coins that could surprise a lot of people quietly. And by the time everyone notices, the price may have already doubled. So yeah, my 3-month outlook on Aethir coin? Slow, steady, and potentially powerful. The kind of project that rewards patience, not panic. Now, let's dive deep into the full details of Aethir coin for those interested. Aethir is a decentralized cloud compute network that brings together idle, enterprise-grade GPUs into one global, on-demand infrastructure. It addresses the skyrocketing demand for GPU power in areas like AI, real-time rendering, and gaming by making high-performance compute accessible, affordable, and decentralized. Enterprise GPU owners can unlock their unused capacity to earn rewards, while users gain seamless access to cutting-edge compute power without the cost and latency issues of traditional cloud services. Aethir operates as a decentralized physical infrastructure network, DePIN, built on 3 interacting roles: containers, checkers, and indexers. Containers host the actual GPU compute resources, whether as physical hardware or virtualized endpoints, and must be ready to deliver performance with enterprise-grade capabilities. Checkers verify that containers uphold quality metrics like uptime and performance. They ensure the network maintains reliability and can penalize or reward providers based on performance. Indexers efficiently match compute requests from users to the best-suited containers, optimizing for latency, performance, and cost. Aethir launched its mainnet on Ethereum in mid-2024, enabling real-time GPU resource rental, especially for AI model training and cloud gaming, backed by encryption and quality assurances. Several features make Aethir stand out in a crowded cloud computing landscape. Enterprise-grade GPU access. Aethir pools high-tier GPUs, e.g., NVIDIA H100, across hundreds of thousands of units spanning 94 countries. Low latency. Distributed architecture ensures compute resources are near end users, crucial for cloud gaming and AI inference. Scalability and flexibility. Its decentralized model allows it to scale faster and adapt more easily than centralized cloud providers. Improved economics. By leveraging idle hardware and avoiding massive data center costs, Aethir reduces operational expenses by up to 80% compared to centralized cloud giants. Decentralized ownership. GPU owners retain full control and earn revenue without relinquishing their hardware, aligning supply and demand in a transparent, peer-to-peer model. Security and data integrity. Encryption ensures only users can access their data. Infrastructure-level firewalls protect against network vulnerabilities.